Alright guys, this is the beginning of Forest Temple. I did this earlier off camera because I was just struggling with it on camera. I was getting frustrated. I had a lot of personal stuff going on, so tried it a couple of times, was having problems with my hands. I was also trying to adjust to the N64 controller, which is a great controller, it's just not always easy. And it has been quite some time since I've played this on the N64. I have it for the 3DS. I don't think I've started it on the 3DS. But hopefully after this little video, you know, the Polytoad Dojo and I can get back to our stream of it and get this finished before the remake comes out, or as Nintendo put it, retelling of the story. I was going back and just rechecking to make sure that the chest was still open. So this is also me trying to remember where I had left off at. So I'm going through a couple of doors here, and it's like, oh yeah, I don't need to be here. Boy, I hope that's one thing they fix when they do get this out and going, is the inverted controls. They drive me crazy. Alright, here's me knowing which way I'm supposed to go now. Yeah, that was an accident on the button. I do that often. Difference when you got used to a system, you know, I've gone through the 64, the GameCube, the Wii, the Wii U era. Now we're into the Switch and Switch 2. So, like I said, it's been a while since I've done N64 stuff. And having that controller again is kind of different. I like that when Nintendo did the NSO controller though, the 64. It still has that same feel. To me, it's just about as heavy if you have a rumble pack in it, or a save data pack in it, or whatever. And I'm looking for gold skull Tullas at this point, remembering that there wasn't one here. I was just gonna do a voiceover, and then I was like, I'm afraid I'm gonna get dinged if I do that. So I was like, well, I better put it on video. at least. Yeah, these stupid the skulls bigger on the nuts. Of course, this time around it's not been as bad. Usually I get them stuck behind me or something stupid, or I run out of the little nuts. Twisted Hall. I do like how they, you know, had all this into a maze and things react to each other the way they do. Crazy how after, you know, not playing these games for 20 years, probably a little longer. How much your memory does seem to kind of forget. Of course, I struggle a little bit with some things anyways. I had a bad car wreck in 2005. So some things are just a little fuzzy regardless. And of course, you're going to see here in just a second, spoiler, I don't quite make it through this session. I think I had a couple of setbacks actually. I get flustered sometimes when I'm using controllers other than what I've gotten used to, and I sometimes get finger flustered too. Don't move out of the way like I think it's funny how they got that little gives you a little Bowser. Struggling to get the ready to lock on. That's always fun. Not that it mattered. Like I said. I will say, if you're ever playing this for the first time after watching any of my videos, whether they're live or, you know, like this, always save if you die. Because you just never know when you're going to have some sort of system glitch. I decided not to fight the wolf host this time. I'm just going straight through. I love how one setting they'll give you hearts, next time through they might not. You never know what the system's gonna do. Climb through everything again. Also hate that you can't control your camera better than this. It drives me crazy. Yeah, this area used to drive me crazy. Because I'd panic when this little guy would drop down. Yeah, just ignore him. He's a quick smack through kind of system. Alright, back here we go. Oops. I don't remember what had me distracted here. Something did. Getting this last hit in was like such a pain. Frustrating, and it's like pressure because there's two of them, you know, kind of coming in at you. Sometimes Navi's a pain to keep locked on. Especially when you get tense and you accidentally hit that back button, which I do quite a bit. One more time, guys. So, and in case if anyone is wondering, yes, this is my own gameplay. You can see the icon at the top corner. I'm not afraid to show, you know, when I have a bad game. And sometimes I just have bad days and just can't game worth shit. Like I said before, you know, killed the Skulltula. Last time it gave me 3 hearts, this time it gave me nothing. So, you know, trying to find hearts. Find some magic potions. There's a heart. And why I jumped off that, I have no clue. I just had one of those moments. Trying to ignore all the bigger bosses. you know how late of the day it is here. I always forget to turn the flare count off when I'm playing. And I really don't remember why I was looking at the map. There was always some reason though. With the retold part, I hope they don't completely change the sound. I mean, like the music, fine. You know, upgrade the music, but some of their noises and stuff I like. I think it's cool. It will totally suck if these guys don't make that sound. Whatever you call it. Or the ghosts, pose, whatever they call it. They're gonna have their little witchy sounds. It just wouldn't be right if they don't sound that way. I think I was a little more confident too by the time I got to this part. He got stuck in the corner. I got a couple good waxes. Think I'd ever coffee. It's like finally. I think the only copy of this that I no longer have is the 64 version. To have a physical copy, I still have the master disc that you got with the GameCube stuff, and every which way it could have came out through GameCube or through Wii U and all that stuff when you could order on their eShop or whatnot. Bones up the ferry boat. Yeah, that was the thing about the 64 controllers. You know, you've got your set of C buttons for, you know, the difference of what we've got now. You know, now we've got 2 thumbsticks and, you know, you got your A, B, X, Y. And then on your left side, you've also got your D-pad. So having the C buttons again and no X, Y is a little unnerving. A little hard to get used to. You know, if you play this with the Pro controller, you're still using the other thumbstick as the C button. And it doesn't always work out the way you want it to, because if you pull back, you might have it slightly left or right, so you might accidentally be grabbing the hook shot or the ocarina too sometimes. Sorry, my eyes are bothering me, guys. There that ghost goes taunting us again. You know, you think when you get the fairy bow that you're gonna go after that first one that you saw, which was the red bow. I don't know their names, they have names. Instead, this is your first one. There's those stupid inverted controls again. Oops. Wasted a shot. Yeah, like this one's name's Beth. I don't remember what the other three are. Honestly, these are one of the easier set of bosses you'll ever hit, just because with Navi being locked in, you're literally just waiting for him to appear and your shot's already aimed just because of your found the compass, which helps us see all the chests that we have been missing so far. As you can see, I was pretty good about getting most of them, but you know, the ones you're seeing here are ones we couldn't reach without the bow. And why I chose to go backwards, I have no clue. Good idea. Oh yeah, to get the other bow. This one's a little sneakier. This is what I mean by the camera controls, they suck, because you go back and forth with this one for a minute before you get a decent angle. And then the inverted controls too, such a pain in the ass. Make it turn. I did think I was gonna have to chase her upstairs for a minute because she was a little on me. But she wound up trapping herself here. Get our arrows. Through the door we couldn't get through earlier. Funny thing is we actually needed 2 keys, and I forgot about the second key. I was also looking to see if there was any chests that I was missing, because I know as soon as I step out of here, that little hand's going to try to come down and grab me. So you don't get a lot of time to look around. Cool thing is you do have, you know, the opportunity to kill that hand. Dobby no longer warns you that, hey, I won't get you. Yeah, he barely missed me there. Green bubble. Use the sword when it gets green fire vanish. Which I did have to ask Navi because I didn't get the difference between the green ones and the blue ones. Alright, and as you can see, there's where we need the second key. Which means going a little bit backwards to find, you know, a different few things. And now he's actually dead. At least for this room. Really don't know what I was thinking here. A mystery hole in the wall. It's funny how those things line up later. Kind of weird sometimes to go back and watch your own gameplay if you ever record it. You see all the things you're going to nitpick later with yourself. Now the hallway straight, no longer twisted. Yep, I had a moment with these guys, just couldn't seem to get my brain to function with them. And if you watch my previous gameplays, you'll notice that I struggled to remember how to get up on top of that to get that stuff. Well, that's how you do it. And I'm hearing this Coltola and not seeing it. That was frustrating too. Really saved by the ledge, and then I wasn't. So now we gotta go around the whole thing again. And I forgot about those little alcoves, so I was making sure there was no jars that I had missed. Back up the wall. Then I remembered, oh yeah, there's an eye over here that I haven't gotten yet. In this case, it was a little bit of a waste. But normally, they're usually very helpful. Me missing my jumps. Did start to go through to kill this thing. And for whatever reason could not land the second shot that I needed. I remember one of those things used to scare the snot out of me too. It did take me a second to remember how to defeat this guy. forget trying to lock on to the littler ones. They're a pain in the butt. They just do this. I start swinging away. That was that key we needed for that one room. Here's where I had a little struggle. It was kind of funny. So yeah, I struggled with him getting behind me. Sometimes they do that. It's so frustrating when you see little stupid things like that that you know better. Gotta have the twisted roomie back. I like the illusion of how when they go into that door, you never actually see any of the flooring twist. It's always kind of looks like it's off to the side. You only ever come out when you see the rooms twisted or straightened out, depending on. I always thought that was kind of cool how they had that illusion. And I'm looking for hearts here, and had forgotten that I had used all these earlier. You just never know when these jars will give up the ghost and give you useful stuff, and when they won't. These guys are back. This one was a little bit of a pain. It takes a second to get your aiming down right. That's another reason. It takes a second to get used to the 64 controller all over again. It's like, that ain't gonna work. You gotta be behind. You know, it looks simple. You think you can touch the arrow to the flame and turn around and shoot it, but it doesn't work that way. Yeah, as you can see, I missed a few times. Yeah, like, see, that one was way off. It could be a pain sometimes. Because if you hold ZR, you just spin around the room, as you can see. You know, you're trying to lock in, but it's actually not going to keep you where you want to. So trying to stay dialed in with the flame and stuff is kind of hard. And there goes them damn inverted controls again. The twisted ring. Now, I do remember the first time I played this, I got squashed by that ceiling quite a bit. the reality is it gives you enough time to move around where you need to. And on to the third puzzle. This one took me a couple tries. I get flustered and accidentally pull backwards instead of forward on these blocks sometimes, just like that, which takes time. It's like, no. Oh, there we go. See? Pushed it too far. And you got that one that's just in the way, so it's like... One more time. Yeah, I get the genius idea. Let's get this one out of the way first. And it's not that this puzzle is hard, it's just the ticking of that clock kind of gets on your nerves a little bit. Or you accidentally push one of the puzzle pieces just far enough that, you know? And this one's quite literally the easiest one to defeat because literally all it is going through those puzzle pieces and then shooting it the 4 or 5 times. I think one more will do it. Now on to the last power. Did any of y'all spot what I was missing in the beginning? That was the last plane. But yeah, now we're off to the main boss. Again, took me a second to remember how to maneuver this room. I'm like, what is going on? So I thought I missed something upstairs, so I go back upstairs. Yeah, planet spins, just in case y'all don't know. I think at this point the daughter or the dogs or both had come in here needing something, so I had paused it. I couldn't. The program I was using doesn't allow you to just pause your recording. You either have to stop it completely or, you know, just go through with it. So I was like, just go through with it. It hurts nothing. Just get a long pause in there, which, you know, pain in the butt, but you know. Back we go. Now it has dawned on me. You can grab the walls. And if you don't push these buttons in a specific order, you have to start it over. When all else fails, go counterclockwise. Here's for all the hearts too, because you'll need them in the next section. Bundle of arrows that you will go through most of. And that is the last switch. Creepy, spooky pictures. made it this far, you know, I've only got maybe 10 more minutes in this recording. Hit like and subscribe if you made it this far. It'd be appreciated. Trying to grow the channel a little bit. Definitely got some good stuff coming out this year. And all of a sudden it's not Ganon. Phantom Ganon. Took me a minute to remember what we had to do here. You know, you see him running away. See him coming back in 2 different pictures. You gotta remember which picture he's coming out of. And you've gotta hit him. And you wanna stay to the sides, because if you stay in the center, you're gonna get hit by lightning every time. If I'd been smart about it, I would have asked Navi what was going on. But I had to think about it. Alright, we should be getting back to it here. As you can see, I've already gone through 7 arrows. All of them in this. Gotta catch him before he comes out of the picture. The problem is you just never know what picture he's coming out of. Ping pong ball here. Which is a little bit of a struggle sometimes. Sucks because you can't really get around those wires and stuff with the camera the way you want to, so it's hard to see it sometimes. ropes get in my way a little bit here. One more arm to it. And if y'all think Battle Game was fun, let's do it. Here I'm trying to, I realize that camera angle is not working. I really did think I was going to have to redo this whole thing. Kid, you did quite well. It looks like you may be gaining some slight skill. But you have defeated only my phantom. When you fight the real me, it won't be so easy. What a worthless creation that ghost was. I will banish it to the gap between dimensions. All that with half a heart left. Gain a heart container and we replenish our energy. Chamber of the Sages. Thank you. Because of you, I could awaken as a sage. I am Saria, the sage of Forest Temple. I always believed that you would come because I know you. No. You don't have to explain it to me because it is destiny that you and I can't live in the same world. I will stay here as the Forest Sage and help you. Now please take this medallion. You receive the Forest Medallion. Saria awakens as a sage. Saria will always be your friend. And look what sprouted up, guys. Hi there, I'm the Deku Tree. Because of you and Saria broke the curse of the Forest Temple, I can grow. Thanks a lot! Hey, have you seen your old friends? None of them recognized you or your grown-up body, did they? That's because the Kokori never grow up. Even after 7 years, they're still kids. You must be wondering why only you have grown up. Well, as you might have already guessed, you are not a Kokori. You're actually a Hylian. I am happy to finally reveal this secret to you. Some time ago, before the King of Hyrule unified this country, there was a fierce war in our world. One day, to escape from the fires of the war, a Hylian mother and her baby boy entered this forbidden forest. The mother was gravely injured. Her only choice was to entrust the child to the Deku Tree, the guardian spirit of the forest. The Deku Tree could sense that this child was a child of destiny whose fate would affect the entire world, so he took him into the forest. After the mother passed away, the baby was raised as a Kokori, and now, finally, the day of destiny has come. You are Hylian, and were always bound to leave this forest. And now, you have learned your own destiny, so you know what you must do. That's right, you must save the land of Hyrule. Now, TJ, break the curses on all the temples and return peace to Hyrule. So, out of the forest we go. I don't know what I was waiting on here. Navi was no help, that's for sure. I think I was expecting Sheik or somebody to show up and say, hey, go here. I didn't see that, so off we go. And notice that no more bad guys. This area has returned to how it should be. All the little fairies flying around their little Kokori friends. And there's Epona. Me getting stuck on a tree root. So what I like about the newer games is they're a little more flush and easier to maneuver. For some reason I had it in my head that, you know, she could jump the bridge the broken bridge, but I forgot shipping it. So it took me a second here. Now my fingers were getting stumbled across the buttons again. Those guys, they still kind of freak me out. They're not as bad as the newer ones. You destroyed the wicked creatures that haunted the temple and awakened the sage. But there are still other sages who need your help. In order to awaken all the other sages, you must become even more powerful. You must travel over mountains, underwater, and even through time. If you want to return to your original time, return the Master Sword to the pedestal of time. By doing this, you will travel back in time 7 years. The time will come when you will have to return here quickly. I will teach this to you for when that time comes. The song to return you to the Temple of Time, the Prelude of Light. As long as you hold the Ocarina of Time and the Master Sword, you hold time in itself. TJ, we shall meet again. And we will pick up here another day. Thanks everybody for watching. And like I said, if you made it this far, like and subscribe. Thanks guys.